So, new video time, and in this one we've been busting our ass solidly for the last 2 weeks on that red FD, and it's gone. So happy. But I'm going to show you footage of that. But before we jump into that, I just want to thank everyone who bought some merch off me. I even had one that I sent to Tasmania. That's sick. Been in Tasmania myself, I thought that was rad. But anyway, thank you very much, appreciate it heaps. And now let's go back 2 weeks to this red FD. Okay, new video time, and it's on this one. Now I know I said in my last video that I'm done with filming this one, but the owner had come around last night and we have a few more bits to do. First being is this, which is a sequential shifter. I've never actually played with one of these before, but that is the small issue. The next thing he wants done is we're swapping the turbo. So enjoy. So for now, the turbo can sit to the side. What I need to do is figure this out. So this is an IKEA formula sequential shifter. So what it does is, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, I can't hold it, but it actually, by clicking back on this, it actually moves this in the H pattern for your gearbox. So I believe these haven't been used for quite a few years, and I believe they're quite expensive. So we will go ahead and bolt this to this car. I believe this is the adapter for an FD box. Now with this, I've read online that you can shift it fast, but the synchros in the gearbox haven't changed, so you still need to give it time to do its shit. So let's get this on and then start cleaning out that turbo. Yeah. So just having a look at the shifter in here, it looks like it's need to undo these bolts. One missing, two missing. So undo these bolts here, and this whole housing piece should come up to put the other one straight back in. I will have to get new bolts. That's all right, I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, we'll get this in, we'll see if it works, see if it slicks through the gears, throw it in neutral, start it up, throw it in first and see if it moves. And if that's all good and cricket, yeah, we'll start pulling that turbo out. And yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that. So this is how it sits here. I did have it bolted down, but what I can see here is it's rocking over something as it sits like that. So when I had it bolted down, it wouldn't select gears. So what I'm going to do is take this back out. I'm going to compare it to the old gear shifter. I actually think that the rod sticking out of the bottom of this is too long. It's putting pressure down on the piece inside the gearbox. So we'll see how that pans out, but looks cool. I really like it, but yes, as I said, it's just locking up at the moment, so I'll try and find a solution for that. So this is what I mean by that. I got my foot on the clutch and you can't actually, I actually won't select the gear. So if I loosen it up a bit, bear with me, I've only got one bolt in it at the moment. As soon as I loosen it up, the mechanism runs free, so that just tells me we need a spacer between the top of the gearbox and the underside of this thing. How much, I don't know, but I'll figure that out soon. But yeah, if I take that out, oh, I can't even do this with one hand. Yeah, it's working again. So I'll figure that one out and we'll go start looking at this turbo. So just comparing to the shift I took out before, if I run directly down there, you can see that, how far is that? That only sticks out like 5 mil. This one a lot more. So I reckon it needs like a 5 mil packer made up for that, and then I reckon that will work. So yeah, I'll figure that one out later. Okay, so I know I said that we're going to jump onto the turbo, but I still wanted to see if I can make this work. So I just quickly cut out a bullshit packer. It's not the nicest, it might not work, so I didn't stress too much, but if it does work, I'll clean this up. But that just sits in there like that, and what it will do is go bolt this into the car now and see if it will select it. Hopefully it will. Rightio, so I've got it bolted in. By the looks of it, that's neutral. You have your reverse lockout. think that's in reverse. So that's neutral, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And that's back in neutral again. I think it just needs a little bit more tweaking. Where's reverse? Oh, you pull that back. Reverse, and then back to neutral. So I think maybe the packer I made is a little bit too thick, and I believe that the pin at the bottom might just be kicking out of it. So maybe a 3mm packer will do it, but that, yeah, as I said, I just made a 5mm. It won't be a major to make a 3mm one, but which way does that go? Reverse. What? Yeah, see? Neutral, first, second. Okay, so she's in neutral now. Do I attempt to move it? Yeah, we do. Okay, bear with me. Does need adjusting, but it works. Bonus. I really want this. That is so cool. Anyway, now it's time to move on to this turbo. So let's get into this turbo. So this one has been dropped off because this one here has a little bit of play in it. So pull this out, throw this one in. I believe it was going to have to be retuned again. But what I need to do is jack this up, start pulling all this back off again, undo the lines, get rid of this stuff, just a whole lot of wrenching. And then next problem I have is this is a V-band rear on the exhaust. Yeah, this one's not. So I need to drop that dump pipe, get a V-band fitting, weld that on, and put it all back together. Yeah, so I'm gonna get stuck into this now and probably time lapse it. Okay, so turbo's out. Took a while. That little time lapse you just saw then was 7 hours ago. So what a prick of a job. Very, very tight. Couldn't get to the bolts. A lot of bolts are rusty and all the rest of it, but yeah, I'm over it for now. But this is what we're looking at. So new turbo, obviously, and this is the old one here. There were bolts like right in there I couldn't get to. One of the bolts on the back of the exhaust here, I had to actually like cold chisel that one off. I just couldn't get it undone. So hopefully I have a bit of luck with this one. Manifold, it's actually really nice manifold, this one. It's been made very well. So this manifold here looks like it just will bolt straight up to that borg warner. So tomorrow, maybe I'm going to start putting that back in, we'll bolt the turbo to it. Yeah, go from there. But for now, I'm off to bed. What a prick of a day. Okay, so next day now, and what I need to do tonight is get this manifold back on and need to size this turbo up and see what we need to do. First off though, I need to undo these bolts and actually cock the turbo so it's matching the same as this one, just to make sure that the oil return line's all good and everything will fit. So I'll get onto that now, and I also believe, I'm not sure, I need to put a vacuum line into this front cover here, and by the looks of it, I need to drill it out. So I'll probably take this whole front cover off, drill that so there's no swarf in the turbo, and yeah, get it back on the car. So I've gone and got the cover off now. Piece of cake to do this. Just undo all these bolts around this ring here, and it just comes apart like so. So this turbo is all good. So reason, as I said, for taking this off is, if you can see there, that just needs to be drilled out at the bottom there. It's already tapped to take this fit in here, so drill that out, screw that in, put this back on, clock it so it's the same as this, and then we'll get it back on the car and have a nosy. So this is all done, piece of cake, no major to that. So I've actually left this loose at the moment, because what I need to do is I need to make it the same, vice versa. So what I'm working off is the oil return line, which is pretty much running straight out at me. As long as I get that pretty much the same line, all I need to do is just a touch more. Close enough. So what I'll do now is I'll lock these down, and then we need to repeat the process for the exhaust housing, because as you can see, they're pointing different ways. Okay, so turbo is facing the direction it's supposed to be, and I just went to put the oil drain line in. Now this one, which is off the Garrett turbo, is, these bolts here are M8 by 1.5. These ones here aren't. They are a 3/8 bolt, so I don't have any of those, so oil drain's gonna have to stay off for now, but I'm still gonna go mock this up on the car. That way I can see what I need to do with this intercooler pipe and what we're gonna do with the dump pipe. Yeah. Right, so she's all mocked up. So first things first, this intercooler piping, owner's not too keen to weld that 90-degree alley bend onto here, so he's planning on running a silicone bend, but that's a big gap. So I'm gonna have to do some alterations to that, but I don't know how far I need to stretch it until I get a joiner. Now, second thing, this one's a V-band exhaust, where the other one was a pain in the ass. What I need to do is get myself a V-band, get the clamp, and I will need to shorten the exhaust. I need to shorten the original dump pipe to make allowance for that V-band, so that's not a major. Oil return line, yep, we already know about that. Oil feed, no worries. Where does that runs to the MAC valve. That's supposed to plug into there, too short, not a major. And when I was taking the turbo off yesterday, I mounted this vacuum, so I need to replace that. So, doable, yes. The car is actually booked in for the dyno next Wednesday. It's Monday night now, so it shouldn't be a drama. I just need to go shopping and get a few bits and pieces, and then we'll get stuck into it. And yeah, by the end of this video, we'll be starting her up. Okay, it's been a week, but we're back onto this now. So I need to get this done today. We've been busy with rebuilding that engine, and we had the T-Poi cruise. So today's the day for this. I need to start it today. It's got to go in, today's the day, it's Sunday, it's got to go Wednesday. So it needs to be out of here Tuesday night, loaded up to go to the dyno. Turbo is bolted on, exhaust, manifolds all bolted down solid, oil return lines on. So all I need to do now is the dump pipe alterations, and I need to sort out that intercooler pipe on the front and just plug up vacuums, plug up the oil feed line, and I think we're good. All right, we'll get into it. So as you can see here, we've just got a silicone joiner for this connection now. We were talking about welding the 90 off, but we're not going to do that. We're going to try this out. So I need to cut this down to size, try and get it onto this intercooler pipe. It is size to size, but this yeah, you know, it's been a pain. Turbo is solid bolted down. I do need to try to get the V-clamp around this fitting here. So that's another mission I need to sort out. And the exhaust. So this is, it's old dump pipe off the 808. Now, when I did have both turbos laying here, I just measured the difference from this flange to the exhaust to where the dump pipe bolted up. I've measured the difference from this one to the other one, and that's where I need to cut. So if I cut there, sorry, I stuffed up. This is the one off the battery. This is the dump pipe off the 808. So if I cut there, probably a little bit more, that's where this face needs to end up on that line. So I'll get that done. Turbo beating, need to do that. We need to wrap this. Yeah, okay, I want to get stuck in. So just finished the dump pipe now. I haven't even sized it up, so I'm banking that it's going to be all right. I did measure it a few times, but if it doesn't fit, then we've got to start again. But yeah, that has been a mission. I don't know what sort of coating is on this flange, but it wasn't fun welding it. But I'm going to go throw this on now, and then we'll move on to something else. So the exhaust has worked. It's all bolted up now. Everything is attached. Oil feed lines on. Wastegate is now all hooked back up. Only problem, this V-band clamp is sitting on the side of this manifold. The exhaust is in there and it's locked in, but that could be, well, it is a little bit of a concern. The only option I can see is to actually move this turbo up into this area here, but that's not going to happen in 2 days before it goes to the dyno. So I'm gonna have to leave it how that is at the moment. But now I just need to cut this down and try and plug this up to here. I'm not gonna make anything special for this, just in case we do shift that turbo there, then it's gonna have to need all new intercooler pipes anyway. But yeah, it worked. Okay, so cut this down, sweet as, fits straight onto the turbo, will clamp down nice. But other end, yep, she's not going to go. So I could alter this and hack this up and make it a smaller diameter, but for what it is, all I'm going to do is cut a piece of that, sit that inside there, and just give it a little sleeve so that this can clamp down onto that. I don't think it's going to cause too much of a drama with performance, but yeah, see, it fits in there nice. So yeah, it's all I can do at this point in time. I won't have enough time to go get another one of these. It will work, and as I said before, I reckon that manifold will need to move after chrome, so we'll just make better pipes after that. Yeah. Okay, so intercooler pipe is done. Now, I'm not painting this just yet because I'm not sure if the bonnet closes yet, but that'll be all right. I'm not a big fan of this silicone joiner on the 90 here, but it should be all right. So what are we going to do? I still need to do the vacuum lines. I'm pretty sure that's it. This vacuum, this one here, I munted that when I took the old turbo off, so I just need to replace that one to the blow-off valve. And I think we'll be good to start it. I still need to do some work underneath the car, just put a little packer on the strut bar, but I'm not even going to bother filming that, so I'm going to do that, and then this can come back on the ground. I can take these covers off and then sort out these vacuum lines, and then I think we'll start it. I think we're good. I'm going to go through and double check all the bolts as well, but pretty sure we're okay. Fun. Okay, so I'm still waiting for this car to cool down. That exhaust leak has bummed me out a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it for tonight. It's getting late and it's been a long day on this, and yeah, so it leaves me only one more night to get everything buttoned away. I still need to put heat shield and all the rest on it, just tie up loose ends, but tomorrow night I can't, so it has to be Tuesday night. Car goes Wednesday. But while you're here, I think I've sussed out this shifter. It seems to be mint. Checking out the shifter, see if it's working all right. And she is done. So I've spent the whole day today getting everything ready for the dyno. We had to change the exhaust a few times and alter a few bits and pieces. Filters on, as you can see. Brand new oil return line's been put on. RX8 fans arrived, and so these fans here have all been swapped out for the RX8 blades. Can't really see it, but they're in there. So this car is mint. I'm happy with it. So also the sequential shifter is working sweet now, so that's all good. And yeah, we'll start her up and everything's good to go. So the turbo upgrade is 100% done. It actually happy as with that. This has all got fluid in it now, so that's all working. So what we'll do now is tomorrow goes on the dyno. I'll get some footage of that, and then that's this video done. So yeah, car's all done and dusted. What a mission. It was soul destroying, but 100% done. I'm happy, owner's happy, and he will be at Chrome this weekend with it, so keep an eye out for it. It should be good. Moving on with this, I need to clean this mess, and then I'm bringing the RX-8 home, so I'm super pumped about that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.